Hello, this is Diane Greco-Allen, and I thought I'd pop on to talk about a little bit about menstrual cramps. I just recently saw some postings of some young people who are experiencing extreme menstrual cramping, and I've learned such a great deal from my own experience and from understanding magnesium, potassium, and what energy you need for this cycle to completely occur. So, should you be using warm compresses or warm bottles or whatever? Sometimes that works. Some people have used that. I used to use it. I thought that that was going to be helpful, but it was mostly that I was just resting. So you need to rest during your period. You also need to eat well because your body's going through a cycle of, sloughing off the interior aspect of your uterine wall. And so you need to do things carefully through that time. So you have to, give yourself a little self-love and care during your period. And know that you are going to crave sugar and salt. Those are part of the whole diabetes underlying needs for electrolytes and for energy. So you're craving those things for a reason, and you must feed yourself appropriately. So whether you call it feeding your immune system, it's just like an athlete. You're going to do some kind of activity. That's what your body's doing during that time. You're actually doing activity. And you can help it by just moderating yourself through that time and not stressing yourself any more than you really have to be. And you also should consider doing the stretches that you would do with any type of yoga and breathing, and just understand what's going on in your body. So I was a student in a Catholic school. I never ate breakfast, and I would go to school and I'd have terrible, terrible cramps. I had heavy, heavy bleeding through my elementary years. Because I started my period when I was 11. And I was taller than most girls. I was maturing quicker than most people. But my periods were really heavy. And sometimes I'd have terrible accidents. It was so embarrassing. And there were so many things that happened to me during my period that I really didn't understand. And the nurse was good to me, but the principal was a sister of mercy, and she was mean and told me that I should try to just get up and get through this, and because probably that's how she was treated. But my body was slower. My body wasn't functioning as well. And so I was lightheaded and dizzy and almost passing out during all of my periods. And I had a real difficult time with heavy bleeding. So that, as I learned, is part of this whole metabolic syndrome of understanding what diabetes is related to in your hormonal responses to the foods we eat. Listen to what your body's telling you. But when it says salt, when you're craving salt and sugar, you might just need extra energy, and you need healthy food in you, because then that'll make things function better. I probably wouldn't have had the cramps I had if I would have been eating a really well-balanced diet. I was a binger. I skipped meals. I was always watching my weight. A lot of girls are doing this. That's not unusual, but it can go to an extreme, especially if you're influenced in that way of heavy eating, a lot of carbs, and the SAD diet, which is the standard American diet. Mine was really the standard Italian diet, so it wasn't the SAD diet. I wish you well today. I hope that you'll pay attention to your body. Add some magnesium at this time so that things will be calmer. You can do foot soaks with magnesium or Epsom salts. You can also, just take a bath. Make sure that you clean that tub out well before you get in there, and use a lot of good hygiene related around your period. Be, be wise about other people and your period and what you're doing with your tampons. I personally wish that I knew more about the whole hygiene thing related to immune health, and what I really needed to do for myself. I was one out of four. There were four brothers, and I was the first daughter. So I had to figure this out on my own. And my poor sister, she was 10 years younger than me, so she really didn't learn much from me other than what she saw me doing sporadically when she saw me from college and whatever. So take care of yourself during your period, because you need extra energy and extra self-care. Have a great day. This is Diane Greco Allen. I am your pancreas lady. Bye.